All right, we'll just make sure we're live here. Okay, we are live. We're here. We're in, folks. So today we're building Kyurem. I'll address a couple things. Well, okay, I guess the first thing is, a bunch of people joking like, oh my gosh, I don't know if Kyurem's gonna work. I don't know if it's viable. It's pretty weak to Stealth Rock. That ice type's rough. Is Kyurem really? I don't know, maybe it won't work. So yeah, obviously Kyurem's a super good, viable Pokemon. And generally I build more niche stuff, like the Dunsparce, which I think is viable, by the way. So yeah, but anyway, point is, yeah, obviously this Pokemon is a lot better and more conventional than the Pokemon I typically use. It is not a departure from the normal, I would say. I just build what I'm interested in. Mostly that's niche Pokemon, but someone was telling me recently that they love running Kyurem, and I'll show you the set we're going to use. It's Subtect, Freeze Dry, EP, Terra Ground. This set's like totally broken. There's like this alone should have gotten it banned, and then it didn't because people have no idea what they're talking about. And I think tons of people that voted on the Kyurem suspect test have actually never played any bulky team in their life. And if you ask them what I don't know, the people that voted do not ban on Kyurem probably don't know what a Tinglu is. They're like, oh, is that thing I attack with my Raging Bolt sometimes? Like, no, they've never played a bulky team in their life. But yeah, so this Pokemon's in the tier, and now we have to deal with it, which is great. So yeah, but today we're the perpetrators of this evil, so that's good. Anyway, this Kyurem set's totally busted. And it runs like something like this. We'll put the exact EVs in later. But yeah, it's pretty broken. And then on top of being able to PP stall with Subtect and having this really threatening ground ice coverage and the insane special attack and the ability to hit water type super effectively, it also has a 10% chance to just like delete a Pokemon with freeze. And that's just on one turn. It's like those rack up, and you can spam so many freeze dries with this Pokemon. It just destroys everything. So yeah, this set's super broken, and like you've seen there are so many teams that are like not well constructed and just generally don't make sense, but then someone will throw a Subtect Kyurem on there, and then the team gets to like 2000 elo because it's just that good. And if you think I'm kidding about Kyurem being like an actual win carrying machine, check this out. So if we go to 0 elo, just like see whatever, or 0, it's like Glico, whatever that is, but it's kind of similar. We see Kyurem is down here at like 11%. If we go to 1500, we see not too much of a boost. Kyurem only at 11%, and pretty much every Pokemon will get higher when you go from 0 to 1500 plus, because there are less just totally whack stuff going on. And then if we filter for 1825 plus, check what happens. Kyurem from 11 to 19.94, almost doubles. When you filter for better ladder performance, Kyurem usage almost doubles. It is a insane increase in usage. So basically the people that use Kyurem win more by a lot than the people that don't. Yeah, it's just so awful that this is in the tier, and it's a horrible thing for builders. But today we're going to take advantage of it. It's got solid defensive utility too, being just super bulky. Look at this, 125 HP and 90 in both defenses is really fat, and it's able to just like tank some random hits, can switch into Wellspring pretty well, hits Gliscor and kills it, which is something a lot of teams struggle with. So that's not defensive utility, but it's really solid offensive utility. And with Substitute, it can get past Raging Bolt, Thunderclap, and can Gambit Sucker Punch. Is Munch Stats the website I'm using? Someone asked in the chat. No, I don't use Picolytics anymore because they never update anything. Yeah, so what else does it do? Yeah, I mean, it's just generally good water resist. Like it can take a hit from Wake. It can take a hit from a lot of stuff and just fire back really hard. So it's pretty crazy like that. And then the substitute and plus Terra Ground combo is also really good for Salt Cure Garg. So just a ton of random Pokemon. This Kyurem is like absolutely puts in the work against and is just super solid. The next thing that I want to add to the team is a CB Rillaboom. Just like, you know, the standard thing, knock U-turn. This is a really cool core. And this is somebody in the chat, some comment on some video, I can't remember exactly what it was like, oh, I love using Subtech Kyurem with Rillaboom. And I thought to myself, that sounds broken. That sounds absolutely broken, because let me explain this core to you guys. Kyurem plus Rillaboom. So, Kyurem, right, good against birds. Good against teams in the middle range. So Kyurem is good against like maybe sometimes not semi-stall, but like bulky balance to offense. It's less effective against hyper offense. And stall. Because right, like a Blissey, like a Calm Mind Blissey, you're never really getting past that with this Kyurem. You're never really getting past that. Hello, Waffle Fries. Hello. Now, Rillaboom, on the other hand, hates birds, but has a U-turn, so it can pivot into Kyurem. So it can pivot into Kyurem. It is good against stall and hyper offense most of all, right? Because that Terra Grass Woodhammer decimates most stall teams, and the Terra Grass Grassy Glide is horrible for hyper offense. So these Pokemon work, and then of course loves grassy terrain healing plus leftovers plus protect. So these two are kind of just like a match made in heaven. Yeah, it's gonna be G terrain too. What else was I gonna say? Good against stall. Yeah, I think that's pretty much covers the main thing. There's not like a ton of typing defensive utility. Like they don't really. I mean, there's. I think they both are water resists. They're both. They don't really help each other with weaknesses, but offensively, there's a ton of really strong synergy here. So yeah, this is gonna be pretty evil and pretty disgusting. Put a Metagross on Yo team. No, I don't think we're gonna do that. Yeah. So basically, let's talk rest of this team. We're pretty much good on breaking. Now, of course, you know, breaking cores are only reliable breaking cores most of the time. Like if we run into like a Moltres stall, that's going to be rough. Rillaboom, I mean, we're not really ready for that. I'm surprised stall teams aren't adapting more, honestly, because CB Rillaboom has just been like clapping all these wheezing stalls that have been around lately, because Woodhammer does like 50 to wheezing. So yeah, I don't really know why stall teams aren't adapting to CB Rilla, but they don't seem to be. So until they do, I'm going to keep using it. And yeah, they don't seem to be putting Moltres on stuff. They do sometimes still use Corviknight. So the rest of this team, what we need is a Stealth Rocker that can keep SR up. That's the big thing, because Rillaboom really needs Stealth Rock. Like when you're facing teams with stuff like Moltres, Zapdos, Corviknight, even things like Pecharunt, if you don't have hazards that are up, you're not going to be doing anything. And if your rocker is, I mean, Corviknight usage isn't crazy, but it's not low. It's right. They're running defog like more than half the time, and the usage is at what was it? Yeah, it's almost 18%. So if we ignore that, what's going to happen? Like, say we put a Great Tusk on here, and we just run like SR, and we might end up having to do this because, you know, it's Gen 9 and you can't have everything you want. And we do have Kyurem, which can switch in and pressure stall. So like there are ways we could go about keeping rocks up in a very long extended game if we really needed to. But if we did this, theoretically what could happen is Kyurem can just come in, deny rocks forever. Corviknight can come in on the Tusk and deny rocks forever just by defogging and PP stalling us. And then our Rillaboom is also walled by Corviknight, so it leads to this kind of rough situation. So people saying Garg time, baby. Yeah, that's definitely a thought I had. Garg is also likes grassy terrain, also appreciates protect, and is so good at getting rocks up, and is also just a nice status absorber that works well with Rillaboom. I'm a little not sure if it makes sense to run that with Kyurem. I feel like they don't really overlap too much. They do some of the same things, but not too much. But they kind of have a little bit of overlap, but that's probably okay. How often do I get battle challenges during these streams? Probably like average of like once a stream, someone random will challenge me, but we don't do that. We just do live ladder games here, unless there's some like chat events where I'll battle people, but generally higher quality games will be found on ladder, whereas random challengers are likely to be not very good, honestly, is the truth. Spidef Tran, Rook Crown, Answer Rocks, and G-Train Synergy. Yeah, so possible rockers. So there is Great Tusk, Treads, but if you do that, you got to go plus Goldenko, because that'll keep defog from happening, and that'll keep your rocks up. Garganackle for sure, Heatran for sure. Garganackle would make this balance, sure. I mean, I don't really have a particular archetype in mind. If this trends toward offense, so be it. Trends toward balance, bulky balance, whatever. I think this core is busted, and it'll probably go pretty well either way. Garg helps answer opposing Kyurem, unless it like clicks substitute, which they do way too much. What else could be possible team members? Maybe Alo, because we have really good, because Alo's like really good, but then it just struggles with Wellspring, so we have like two already pretty good into Wellspring Pokemon, so that's possible as a team member. We want decent removal with both of these Pokemon. We definitely want decent removal, which makes me inclined to say we probably want Tusk or Treads. Well, I guess solid removal, so that means like, you know, Cinderace, Tusk, Treads, Corv, like some combination of those Pokemon could work. Yeah, Taunt Lando, that could work. I don't think it's likely, just because it doesn't really love being with Rillaboom. No, I don't see Aatrot. So this is going to probably be a Rocks only team, and I'll tell you why I don't like the sound of Aatrot. When you stack hazards on your opponent, you give them the opportunity to stack hazards against you. So if you're going to run a hazard stack team, you generally want the Pokemon on your side to be pretty good against hazards themselves, which Kyurem and Rillaboom are not. So we want a team that's really puts the emphasis on keeping hazards off the field rather than setting our own. And if you try to be a team that hates hazards but also wants to have full hazards on the opponent, it's just super difficult to maintain. Your mono rock gym is ready. I gotta Terra Ground on this guy. Hat. I don't like Hat Ace because you don't actually have removal, which is rough. Torn for a knockoff regen pivot. Like, I could see Torn, but I don't really have a particular reason to add it right now. Yeah. I guess Glow King, I think, is another one that looks good here. Works well with Rillaboom and Kyurem. Kyurem likes the defense boost. Rillaboom likes Future Sight and having the free entrance. And Glow King likes the weakened Earthquake. So there's definitely synergy there. Rapid Spin Excadrill for Goldengo. I would rather use Treads than an Excadrill. How much... So, question from TS Layer X6469 says, "Hey Pinkacross, I have a question that I'm desperate to let it out. How much do you take value of team defense? Because generally every team of yours are still gonna be generally weak to certain types." Yeah, every team of anyone's is going to be weak to something defensively. I think it's much more important to focus on that your team can make progress and breaks. That's why I work on a breaking core first. And then once I have a solid basis for making progress, then you worry about your defense. But it's still important. Sometimes I'll make a team with a really solid breaking core that can like decimate a stall team. And then I'll play it on ladder and just be like, yeah, this team just gets killed before it can do that though, because it doesn't have a good enough defensive core and you just got to rebuild. But even in cases like that, it's still the right thing to do to focus on offense first. You focus on defense first, it's going to be so hard to develop a really cohesive breaking core. It's putting the cart before the horse. Snom loves Zygarde and Snacks. I acknowledge your Eviolite Gumi idea. It's not good. Thank you though. Pinkacross, don't put a regen pivot on your team challenge. That sounds like a bad challenge. Sounds like I'm shooting myself in the foot. Regen pivots are insane. Ooh, you know what else is good is Pecharunt. That's a good Pokemon here. Pecharunt just, I mean, when it clicks that parting shot, it's good stuff. Very good stuff for substitute Pokemon like Kyurem. Probably plus Tinglu though, if we'd have to go with that, because then Goldengo becomes a huge issue. Moltres is Moltres decent here? Probably, yeah. Moltres is generally... Moltres does a good bit of what we want defensively. It works pretty well with Kyurem and Rillaboom. I'll put it on the list of possible team members. Kind of just assembling ideas now, because we're at this sort of awkward stage in the building process. Put on a Slowking and let's keep moving. Understandable, but let's take it slow. We're not in a rush. Yeah, Garg does feel really good here. It's also just so broken. Like, Garg is so hard to deal with. I feel like I just want to make this like the most just like cancerous team possible. Like, I'm at like, oh god, dude, like Garg clicking Protect, then Kyurem subbing. Oh, sounds like disgusting. I want to do it. Let's put on Garg. Let's just do it. Let's send it. G-Weeze's removal, not a bad idea, but I think I'd rather just go with like a spinner. I'd probably just rather go with like Treads or Tusk. Trick Room has any use in singles? Yes, Trick Room has done well. It's done some really well. One did really well in OLT. They use Psychic Terrain, which is really clever Trick Room. Other Trick Room teams other than that haven't done so well, but they've still some have gotten rank 1 on ladder. It's like, it's not a great archetype, and it has some really rough matchups, but it's usable in singles. No, we're using Subtech Kyurem. Dice sets are like really horrible to face because you never know what's up, but they're to use. They're pretty inconsistent. Yeah, Garg is so broken, dude. So, let's see. I feel like Glowking Tusk makes sense here. Gives us a ground type, fairy resist, spinner, snow, and then we need something speedy for the last slot. Well, what do we lose to? Yeah, Darkrai's not so fun. Goldengo's not so good either. Goldengo. What was the other thing I said? Darkrai? Yeah, that's not great. Opposing Garg is fine. Yeah, fine. Great Tusk. Opposing Great Tusk is not a walk in the park by any means. Is it a fun set, or are you just going to bully the ladder? I'm just going to bully the ladder. That's the plan. Crown, Iron Crown is actually a little tough. No steel resist. That's definitely not acceptable. Yeah, that's not going to do. There's an alternative version I see of this. Well, the one kind of obvious thing is just going Zamazenta. There's another world where we go like an Iron Treads, and then we drop the Glow King and have Zamazenta on here, just to get some ideas down. Yeah, we definitely do need something that is like decent. It would be a lefty's ID Zama for sure last, because we need something that can, you know, actually threaten something like a bulk up Tusk. Doesn't Rilla one-shot KO? No, well, no. Grassy Glide doesn't kill, and then also it has Ice Spinner, so you're really not a good switch it. But yeah, Goldengo, I'll add the no steel resist note here either. Scizor, steel, and Gambit, steel. Like you need a resist. You absolutely need a resist. So yeah, probably there's a world where, oh my gosh, something or other. What are we doing, buddy? We can't keep doing this. You're gonna be out on the streets. Thank you very much. Incredibly generous. 50 donated memberships from some, and oh, they've done it again. 50 more memberships from something or other. Thank you so much for that incredible generosity. The oil baron is back. Oh my gosh, for real. Oh my. Chat is eating well today. Yeah, Batman for real. Oh my gosh. Crazy stuff. Thank you so much, something or other. Generous as usual. So generous. Okay. Well, let's see. Yeah, steel. It's just like every steel type in the world rolling us. Walking Wake isn't great. Well, actually, it's honestly fine. Bolt is, yeah, Bolt is like, it's okay. We can deal with Bolt. Opposing Kyurem is not fun either. This guy is Bill Gates, dude. Seriously. AV Mola is actually a super cool idea. I don't use that hardly ever, and I think I ought to, because it performed super well in Nantex. Now, we don't have knockoff, which is a rough loss, but still. Yeah, AV Mola actually would be hype. Works well with guard too. This looks interesting. Yo, can I have a house? That's funny. Something or other just like sets up like a pink across hype house or something. That'd be funny. Those content houses are so funny, dude. They're like, it's just a mess, because you know everyone in there is like a psycho, because they're all these like very young content creators that are way too famous for their own good, and it's they're always so funny. Yeah, content houses are just they're not a good idea. Don't ever go into one. You'll never see me living with Pokeaim and Blunder or anything like that. Okay. Anyway, though. Yeah, AV Mola here looks kind of nice. Yeah. This looks kind of good. No, the one issue here, we kind of lose to ID Zama. We super lose to ID Zama is the problem here, so this can't really work. The Pink Across sponsored homeless shelter. Smog on content housing coming. Oh no. Yeah, this team's just too weak to ID Zama. That's the one thing I missed. Yeah, like I don't think there's really a plot twist. Pinka already lives with aim and blunder. Yeah, no, for sure. Make Mola Terra Fairy to obliterate Wake and Sun. No, I didn't mean it. Did I say AV Zama? We're on our own Zama would help, but it doesn't fix the issue. Right? It's not a real answer. Yeah, Terra Ghost Wish Mola can get past ID Zama, but without that, no, you will eventually get worn down. Would you move into a house with Finchinator? I don't think I would. I feel like Finchinator would probably be a solid guy to live with, from what I know. But I still would not. Yeah, like guys, the AV Mola vision was cool, but I don't think it can work. Is there maybe? Well, let me see here. Let's see. See what we can do. Because we needed the Zama for the Dark Resist. Is there any world where we can go like Great Tusk and then? Well, no. Then we need probably it's got to be a steel probably. That's got to be fast, and that doesn't really work out. Like Scarf Crown seems kind of trash. Yeah, no, ID Garg doesn't really fix it. Well, Terra, actually, I guess. I don't know, but like then every time we see a Zama, we have to keep Garg around and we have to Terra Ghost it, which is not really good news. Yeah, Dirge is... I think Dirge is a good Pokemon and all, but I just don't really see it fitting here. I guess it does. Like, I'll put Dirge on like the possible additions list. But I don't see it fitting onto this team super clean. You'd be quick banned from the house. Ah, it's brutal. Could do the legendary, the Natdex classic, Scarf Tusk. This doesn't fix the issue. Yeah, hold on. What was I going to do here? I was considering adding like a Dragapult. Mega Trichology. What are we doing? Okay, yeah, but this doesn't really, because then we're pretty weak to Toxic Spikes. Bognor, thank you for the £2 saying thank you everyone for the kind messages. I love you all. Bognor recently having a thus far optimistic for a successful pregnancy, so likely going to be a new member added to the Bognor family. So big congratulations on that. That's really really awesome to hear. Yeah, what do we do here? I think we have to ditch the AV Mola. It's a cool idea. I don't think it'll work on the Garg version though. I just don't think we can fit it. So let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. We need a Tusk here. There's really no way I see out of that. The Glow King will fix. I really don't want to run an Iron Treads, because then we have to run high horsepower. No, Bognor is not pregnant. Bognor is a man. It's his wife. Okay. Yeah, this is tricky. Let's look at that threat list again that we were having. I guess it's got to be Treadzama. I guess it's got to be Treadzama. No, but that seems too weak to Tusk. Seems too weak to Tusk. Maybe we do have to go Heatran. Oh, but we want to use Garg because it's a Garg, bro. Garg is Garg. And Garg is broken. Garg is insane. Garg makes everybody cry and never want to play again. And I really want to do that today. Come on. What do we do here? Slow King. It's just this issue because we need Dark Resist, we need Steel Resist, we need Fairy Resist, Tusk Answer. Ival doesn't not really handle Darkrai because you have to switch it in and then it might just die to a Sludge Bomb or take like 60 from an Ice Beam. From all the losses of last stream, I went like 8-2. What are you talking about, bro? It went well. It went well. Last stream was great. Garg is a good rocker. It makes sense. Maybe the problem is Glow King. Like, no, but like Glow King gives us a Fairy Resist, a Pivot that works well with the team, and a Zama Answer. If we get rid of Glow King for like an AV Olo or something, right, that loses the Zama Answer. Bulky Moltres. Bulky Moltres could help with the Steel. Yeah. Would also help with the Tusk. I just don't know how we fit that in. Maybe Spidef Moltres over Glow King could be the answer. And then we go... Kinda helps against Zamazenta. But Terra Fire is pretty popular, so it kind of also doesn't, is the trouble. Yeah, we need something that can do a little bit better against Zama than that. Well, let's check Zamazenta usage stats. Let's see what Terra types it's like. Fuck, Steel, dude. That's so tough. Air Balloon Cobalion. Not the worst idea. Cobalion is, like, not a bad Pokemon. Regular Slowking might fit here. I mean, it doesn't have the 4 times body press resist, so it's not actually that solid of an answer, surprisingly. Could Corviknight be good on this team? Probably not. unfortunately. We can plug in Corv Cinderace version and see where that takes us. It would probably, no, but it'd have to be Corviknight, Cinderace, and then it would have to be a ground type. So that would probably lead us down the path of like a Tinglu. It would probably end up being like one of these cores, this bit of a classic core, and this just doesn't look that good. I forget, there was a reason I had for that. Oh yeah, we still lose to ID Zama. I'm gonna raise my child the right way to hate Kyurem and Wogerpon. That's good. That's good. Yeah. I feel like Slow King Zama feels like the answer, but then the last thing has to be... What was the issue with this again that we had? Is it just like too weak to Tusk? Yeah, this really is pretty weak to Tusk though, isn't it? Maybe we go with our own like Helmet Tusk instead. Running both the Zama, but no, but then it's no Steel Resist. Dude. Treads already isn't like a great switch into a lot of the threatening steel types. Maybe we go and look at like Pecharunt for a minute. Maybe that's the potential answer. If we looked at Pecharunt, because that gives us that. Well, it kind of just does the same thing as Glow King, doesn't it? Though, doesn't really fix any of the issues we were having. We could theoretically add Molt, but I don't see what that would do for it, because it doesn't actually beat Zamazenta, is the problem. Because if we added a Moltres, it would need to be specially defensive. And a Spadef Moltres is not getting past like an ID Terrifier. Yeah. Defog Molt does not get defog. Not in Gen 9 OU. Maybe have, yeah, we might have to drop Garg. I really don't want to, but we might have to do it. Tell you what, let's just roll with this, and then we'll see how bad the Tusk issue ends up being. We'll go Terra Grass on this for help with that situation. I'm thinking Assault Vest fits well in Treads here. We'll go Rapid Spin, Knock Off, Ice Spinner, High Horsepower, Terra Ice, probably. And then, should we go offensive here? We'll probably go Water on Guard, because duh. We don't need to be this fast, do we? Let's just outspeed, like, Crown. I think that's 324. Get a little bit of HP in there, mostly just AV offensive. Seems good. Iron Defense, Body Press, Crunch, Roar, Terrifier. We'll do this exact set we're worried about. I think we have enough sub users on the team that we don't need it elsewhere. We'll go with a pretty fast one. Meant to speed creep the other Zama, and we'll go with this. HDB, nothing too special there. Future Sight, Sludge Bomb, Toxic, Chili. Yeah, well, we can adjust later, but I just want to get in some standard sets, and we'll test and see what fits, what we want. Do we want Thunder Wave? Do we want Ice Beam? We can figure that out. Leftovers, SR, Salt Cure, Protect, Recover, and we'll go Spadef. These guys run like, what is it, like 56? There's always this one set that comes up in the calc. Yeah, 52. I don't know if there's anything to that, but let's do it. I'll trust that there's something there. Let's go like 8. Maybe outpace another Garg, you know? No, that's not gonna matter. Well, it might. We'll go with it. Adamant, you guys know I'm greedy. We always go adamant. On the Kyurem, though, for the sake of Petulant, which is pretty annoying, I think we do have to go timid, unfortunately, as much as I would like to be super greedy. So let's go with that. And yeah, do we just want to outspeed? We might as well outspeed like Tinkaton, I guess. What's Tinkaton doing these days? Can it outspeed us with max? 315. We might as well just go max speed. And then we do want the 404. And then we'll go the rest in special attack. I hate running like less than max special attack. We might end up changing this and going with like a bulkier, modest, greedy set. Greedy or Kyurem. But we'll see. We'll see how we feel. I mean, we have Future Sight. Maybe I'm overestimating the Petron issue, but it's just because it bypasses Substitute and clicks Parting Shot on the speedy sets that it's... No, but I'm so greedy. I'm greedy, no, we'll start with this. It hurts my greedy soul, but we'll start with this. Okay, there's Dauntless Shield, Cork Drive, Regen. Yep. Purifying Salts, Grassy Surge, and Pressure. Let's run it. Doesn't it feel dirty to use Kyurem? Nope. I'm not the one that made this horror show stay in the tier. I didn't block it either. But, you know, no, I don't feel guilty. Kyurem looks really good here. We do have to worry about the Hoopa, though. The Hoopa is a little bit of a threat. Garg looks amazing as well. I think I just want to lead with Garg. Looks like a pretty no drawback play. But yeah, that Hoopa is definitely a threat. What elo are we at? 1830. Okay, good. That's not bad at all. Yeah, the Misty Terrain team, as I was getting background footage for the latest video, actually went crazy. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what we were hoping for. I'm just going to set up Stealth Rock. Let's Salt Cure first. Let's do that. Good thing we clicked Salt Cure. God. Okay, I'll Protect. I don't think you ever Nasty Plot again in this scenario. Focus Blast. All right. Yeah, so that'll do a good chunk. We can probably go Slow King on this. Okay, good switch to Hoopa. That was good. We could Terra immediately. We could just throw off the Terra Grass. But it might be banded and just kill us anyway. So let's not. Let's go hard Zama. I don't see, and I'm going to. That Dark Pulse did so much. That's got to be choice specs. That's good to know though. Specs is a lot less threatening than other sets in this matchup. Yeah, that's Specs. Confirmed. Good to know. You never stay in here though. Let's go Garg because you never stay in. Yeah. And then this is a good opportunity. We'll click Salt Cure again because I expect the Tusk is coming in here. Okay, Lou, that's fine. Let's get our rocks up. Cool. And I think just hard Rillaboom here looks pretty good. We could go for the Woodhammer right away. I think I'd rather knock off. Okay, beautiful. We get that, get rid of that helmet. It'll probably want to click Recover here. And that works out well because now we can Chilly Reception. Better to drop in from Ubers in place of Kyurem or Woger. I mean, there are a lot of Pokemon I think are less problematic, for sure. I can just go Garg and Protect, honestly. Well, because yeah, it might Focus Blast, so we'll Protect. Okay, going for the Terra Dark. Good to see that commitment happen. So no other Terra is going to be coming out. So it looks like Kyurem is pretty much set to win this. Zamazenta here might actually die on switch in. It has a chance to die, which is insane. I think I really do like Chip on this. I really hope we don't get flinched, but I like Chip on this enough that I'm willing to stay in, and beautiful, that went well. I'll Protect. They might go into Tusk, but I think that's worthwhile Chip. They're not happy with their Hoopa, it looks like. Okay, well, this is a bit of a weird one. I think I actually like... I don't want to go hard Kyurem in case a knockoff happens. I don't think you knock off here. Okay, they just headlong. Critical hit sucks. That's pretty unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Freeze dry here is uncontested. They don't have a good answer for that at all. Okay, based on that freeze dry damage, that did 34, so probably looking at max HP. EP is a guaranteed kill here, so let's just go for that. Tinglu comes in, fine. You do you. This seems like a really easy Rillaboom, and then we can just click Woodhammer. Okay, fine. They're gonna push us out. Let's knock off. Cool. We hit the Pecharunt, and a high horsepower here will do it. If we hit, we do hit. Holy guys, Iron Treads hit a high horsepower. Didn't think I'd see the day. I really didn't. Yeah, we don't really want to let this. We are seeing this this Tusk weakness be exactly as much of a problem as we anticipated, unfortunately. We could honestly just Terra Ice here and Ice Spinner this thing. Because what else do we really need Terra for? We don't particularly need it on much. So let's just do that. This will do a ton of damage. It might be CC. I think it's worth... Is it worth scouting? You gotta be rocks on this though. Okay, yeah, no. There was no CC, we just Ice Spinner again and kill it. Beautiful. This thing has Focus Blast, which has a chance to kill, but not a good one. Let's Rapid Spin here. Okay, they're just going to Bleak Wind. They do not get the speed drop, which is also epic. And yeah, that's good. Oh, they're Life Orb. So Focus Blast totally would have killed. Yeah, they're saying GG. I agree, they're not in such a good spot here, and we get the win. Okay, cool. So we did get a win. Tusk issue was kind of rough. Because the only Pokemon that wants to come in to deal with Tusk is... Like, oh my god, dude. The only thing that wanted to come in was Zamazenta, really. But I don't know. Maybe it was just a case of bad positioning. We can try it again. I mean, we did win. We did win. But yeah, no, that was a crazy high horsepower hit. My accuracy with that move is like 50% in previous streams. HF. Okay, this looks like Garg is like... Garg and Rillaboom, I think, are going to do what they do this game. I'm kind of tempted to just lead Rillaboom, Terra Grass, and like try to one-shot this thing. Let's honestly just do that. Rillaboom. Okay, so these... We could Terra Grass and send it here. You don't Terra Poison turn one. Let's just do it. Let's live on the edge. Okay, sick. They go into Ceruledge. Yeah, we're going to... With Weak Armor, we're actually going to be fine. Yeah, Shadow Sneak. Life Orb. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say that Shadow Sneak did a lot more than I thought it would. We have an AV Bolt, so this really should not be a problem for us. Okay. I mean, that was like a fine switch, I guess. I don't quite know what to do here. Kind of like Garg in case it's like a Wisp set. Let's just go, yeah, let's go Garg. Focus Blast is not much of a set. Okay, here we go hard Zama, I think. Okay, yeah, it is Focus Blast, interesting. Let's Body Press here. See Terra Poison come out. Okay, understandable. Interesting, Psyshock. You don't see that every day. So Rillaboom cannot quite kill here. It gets close. If Garg can live a hit, that'd be sick. It cannot. Okay, that's not good. Can Treads live a hit? It cannot. Definitely Glowking's not. And Rillaboom's 0% to kill, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to have to... I'm trying to think what the more expendable Pokemon is here. Is it Treads? Because we have to hope for like a Focus Miss, which is, you know, not... We have 2 chances for Focus Blast to miss, then we have the critical hit on Grassy Glide, which is not so bad. It's not so bad. But let's see. We've got to decide what we want to risk first. Do we want to risk Treads first or Garg first? Looking at the team, I think we want to risk Garg first. I don't think it's quite as good because there's the Raging Bolt there. So let's Salt Cure. Focus Blast comes out, hits. Okay, next we go Treads. And we will... Yeah, we'll High Horsepower. Okay, and there's the miss. That was, well, actually, because we used high horsepower, I think technically that was slightly in our opponent's favor because we could have missed there. And there's that 51% chance. But hey, turned out okay. Okay, good crunch from the opponent there. Unfortunate defense drop. That really sucks. But we can go Rillaboom. Rillaboom, well, yeah, we can go Rillaboom. It can afford to take one. And it should be a crunch here. So let's go into Kyurem to take the crunch, and then we'll go into Slowking. Okay, fine, they got us, but we can Toxic here. And we get, what? Okay, so his attack invested and got like a crazy roll. So we lose. Actually, no, we can still critical it with Grassy Glide. But yeah, that blows. I think we just got like insanely rolled. Okay, sure. Yeah, that sucked. What happened there? Like, what was that? You did 44, and then you did 44 twice, and then just like got a 50%er? That was insane, dude. Yeah, okay, well that sucks. That happens. With the information at my disposal, that I did not think that was possible. But yeah, okay, so the Zama was a little rough, Tusk is a little rough. Zama's still rough. Yeah, that sucks. Okay. Maybe we just go Pecharunt over Slowking. That would help with quite a few issues we had that game. That would help. Let's go with that. Malignant Chain. Do we want to go Hex? Let's go Shadow Ball. We'll go with just the Terra Ghost set. I think is pretty good on these. And then we'll go Recover. This does a lot of the same stuff, and it'll just help us against. It's better against Tusk. It's better against a lot of the little things we were struggling with. So I think this is a good move. All right. No, but like the Focus Blast thing, like you use 2 Focus Blasts, you're likely to miss one of the Focus Blasts. The fact that they hit the first one, you know, it was like, you know, that was not a heavily. I think the RNG was out of my favor that game when you consider that crunch roll. Because it was also kind of rough because like even if it wasn't statistically bad when you factor in all of them, the information I was given made me think it was not an attack invested set, and then it turned out to be like a mineral. So it was yeah, no, that was not good. Yeah, that sucked. Okay, well let's. And also like what? Come on, dude! Like Focus Blast Darkrai is not a common thing. Like let's check the usage on this thing. Yeah, Focus Blast is on like 30% of these. It's not because it's not a good move. It doesn't hit. Yeah, that was annoying. That it happens. So it was fair due to focus. No, guys, do you understand it's a 70 accuracy move, right? So if you use a 70 accuracy move twice, your odds of hitting both are 49%, which, as you may note, is less than 50. So that wasn't like a huge bit of game-saving RNG. That was exactly what you would expect. All right, HF. Looks like another really good Rillaboom game. We do have the Darkrai threat again. I think we want to lead with Garg this time. Terra Water Garg honestly looks crazy here. Could have sacked for the free switch to what? What are you talking about? Sacked? Oh, like sacked like Zama or something? Potentially, yeah, but I didn't think I needed to sack a Pokemon. If you can avoid sacking a Pokemon, you should, you know, go for that. Let's just Salt Cure. Yeah, I figured it's a good chance we just got taunted there. I'll go Treads now, and let's just Rapid Spin right away. If they go Gold, we can knock off next turn. Oh, beautiful. That's a great one. You know our opponent is not happy to see that. I think we knock. Oh, it's super fast. I was going to say we probably outspeed it now because very, very few Deoxys are EV to be that fast. But okay, that one was, so be it. All right, let's knock off. I don't think Focus Blast is not common on Goldengo. Let's see what this one is. It's Focus Blast and it hits. Cool. Okay. All right. Right. Cool. Kyurem could just come in here in Earth Power. Goldango could come in. I mean, excuse me, Petrarch could come in Shadow Ball. Let's check the treads. Knockoff damage there. That indicates this Goldango is no HP investment. Or actually probably a little bit of HP for it to do that little. It's probably got some HP. Well, it's kind of weird. This is screens. Okay, no it is not. Zama looks really good potentially if we could, especially if we could get rid of the Ival's booster energy. Probably the best thing is just to go Kyurem here and Earth Power this guy. Yeah. We could have protected first. But that's fine. Damage on this, I think is worthwhile. I think we just freeze dry. Why is everything Focus Blast, and why is it always, why do they keep hitting? Guys, what's going on? Okay, let's body press. Okay, cool. Darkrai just goes down, doesn't want to deal with that. That's good. If we can get the Ival in here, and then we can go into Petrunt to deal with it, that puts us in a really strong spot. Yeah, just gonna click. Well, we might get... Shadow Ball does not kill here. You have to Terra Ghost. And if you Terra Ghost, you guaranteed pretty much lose to Zama. So this is a good spot for us. This is a good spot for us. Yeah, Focus Blast is a garbage move. Like, it's the illusion of a fighting move. But then it sometimes works, which is part of the irritating thing about it. But yeah, I think we're... Unless this thing gets like a critical hit Shadow Ball here, we're in a winning spot here. Yep, there's the... Yep, okay, beautiful. Totally fine. We now just go... Well, Rillaboom, I believe... Yeah, Rillaboom has like a 70% chance to kill this. So we just do that. We just do that. Or do we need to Terra? Yeah, we do need to Terra because Moonblast will kill us. So we just do this. Down goes the Ival. Gambit comes in, as it would. We go Zamazenta here. I guarantee you this also has Focus Blast. Good point. You're right about that. Okay, it's one of these. We ID here. Okay, good on you for that read, I suppose. Let's body press. Okay, we're going to now... I think do we ID again and then we roar? I think we roar immediately. Yeah, okay, that turned out well. And then let's ID again. Now I think we crunch. Okay, they Poltergeist and miss. Beautiful. I don't think that would do nearly enough. Hopefully no critical hit here, and then we should be good. No critical hit here, and we're fine. Didn't think Glide would kill after Terra. Yeah, Rillaboom's crazy, guys. Rillaboom is crazy like that. Don't say GG when you can still get a critical hit here, though. I don't like the people that early GG and then go for critical... Okay, if you were going to forfeit. Fair enough. Yeah, don't forfeit. The guy still had a chance there. Critical hit with Poltergeist, win with Kingambit. What are we doing? Play to your outs, people. In HO games, you have less chance to miss Focus Blast due to games being shorter. That's not really a valid incentive to use Focus Blast on Hyper Offense. You could argue Hyper Offense teams are generally just more inconsistent and are okay with tragic setbacks like a Pokemon dying for nothing because they're really just based on throwing a bunch of sweepers in the wall and seeing, you know, seeing what sticks. That's valid, but no, like the shorter game thing doesn't really work because you also have fewer attempts to hit Focus Blast, right? HF. I think this guy, based on he said yo, I'm guessing we got recognized. So, oh, poor thing though. It looks like it's going to be a Kyurem game. Looks like it's going to be a Kyurem game. So if we can knock off the Moltres with Rillaboom, that'd be really, really good. Because that's the only thing that could realistically do anything to our Kyurem. Garg looks amazing. I think I want to lead with Kyurem. It just looks that good. And let's protect. We can see what this thing might want to do. I can't imagine a Moltres ever like hard switches out on a Kyurem, so this will just give us a little bit of set info. If it wants to click U-turn here, I'll probably sub up. Flamethrower, okay, understandable. I'll sub here because you really should be thinking Garg. Your head should be going to Garg is going to come in here, and I want to click U-turn, so we can get up a sub on that. Okay, Roar. All right, understand. Unfortunately, the Treads gets pulled out. We can go Garg here. Good. We do catch it on the Flamethrower, though, which is very nice. I think we want to get up rocks, but everything hates Salt Cure, but I think it's probably going to be a Glow King coming in, which is the one thing that doesn't hate Salt Cure. So let's get up rocks. And we have another 50 memberships donated by something or other, the absolute mad lad. Thank you so much. Insane generosity. We'll throw off a Salt Cure here, and then we'll go into Rillaboom and click Knock Off. And another something or other. It's too much, dude. Oh my gosh. Gotta be like a Saudi Arabian royal here. Thank you very much, something or other. No, jokes aside, something or other is like a tech guy. Working tech guys, it pays. Okay, that's honestly fine with me. I don't really mind Rillaboom getting Salt Cured. I'm down to take a little damage, and we'll just go for the knockoff here. And now that we know, here's the great thing, another great thing about this core of Moltres plus Rillaboom is that, Moltres plus Kyurem. Oh, poor Glow. It might be Colbur. No. Super Fizz Def, but not Colbur. We'll go for another knockoff here. Nothing wants to. And see, we don't even get burned. Beautiful. Because now this thing's not going to have an easy time roaring Kyurem. That's another great thing. Roar Moltres is one of the few answers to sub Kyurem out there. But not anymore. Easiest Garg of my life. And that's Moltres basically dead. Yeah, something or other. Thank you so much, dude. That's just crazy generous. We're going to Salt Cure here. We get knocked off. Okay, we'll protect here. I'm going to rock up here. Actually, let's just go Petra Run. Let's Parting Shot into... Oh, perfect opportunity. It's got to be Kyurem time, I'm thinking. Or is it Rilla time? I kind of want to force the Moltres to die before I start clicking Woodhammers, so let me go into Kyurem and Substitute, and then we can hopefully get the Moltres killed. But yeah, something or other, thank you so much. Also, guys, remember to like the stream if you're having a good time. Yeah, something or other has gifted an insane amount of memberships at this point. We're going to protect because I expect an Encore to come out here. And I'll freeze dry again because, yeah, and I'll protect again. That's half the Encore is gone, and we can get more health here. Yep, in this economy, you are indeed getting free memberships. Oh, and that's beautiful, because we can actually protect again here. And I think then we are out of the Encore, which is awesome. And we're going to freeze dry. And we get a critical hit freeze, which is just so unfair. I'll protect here to get a little health. Yeah, that's why you got to be careful with those freezes, though. And now we just go into Petra Run in a pretty obvious play. I'll Shadow Ball here. Hits everything pretty hard. If they go into... Actually, probably Parting Shot's just the better play, isn't it? Parting Shot's probably just the better play. We'll go into Treads and then just back into Petra Run, heal up a little bit. I mean, even with memberships only being $1 a piece, something other, that's like still so generous. It's still so generous. Yeah, like no, it's really, because like that's like $100 you just dropped. It's really generous, and you know, making the people happy too, which is awesome. So it's much appreciated. Okay, we got critical hit, which is fine. Like we can keep this up for a while. We're not worried about this Zamazenta. It's not something I'm afraid of. Let's go for a Shadow Ball here. Okay, there's the guard. Yeah, eventually I figured the guard would come in. Good timing on my opponent's part. We'll just parting shot out of here and go into... What do we want to go into? Probably our own Garg. Looks fine. We did get knocked, which is... I kind of forgot about that, to be totally honest. That's a little bit rough. Okay, you got EQs. All right, I see how it is. We'll go for our own Salt Cure here. Okay, Curse. We got Curse in the house. I see how it is. Let's recover here. And then I think we'll go Rillaboom this time. If we get hit by a Salt Cure, we'll be fine. And we don't even get hit by a Salt Cure, which is great. I think I like Treads here. I'm expecting Moltres to come in. But if it doesn't... Yeah, I figured Moltres would come in here, and this is a great opportunity to just go for a Rapid Spin. Which... Okay. That didn't kill. That was... I guess just like a min roll on like a max defense Moltres, but we do stay in, we do go for the kill here. I'm thinking probably the best move to go for is knockoff. We do get burned, not the end of the world. Treads' kind of usefulness was, it would, I mean, obviously it would have been great if it didn't get burned, but it wasn't a huge issue either way. Something to note, Kyurem earlier this game was at like 20% or something like that. 30%, now it's at, well, you see what it's at a crazy high percent. We can high horsepower here, this does kill. We do hit, never mind, it does not kill. But they went for a knockoff for some reason, which we love to see that. So let's go for another high horsepower. Yeah, I don't know if that was a bad roll or if this is just a fat... It's probably, well, it's definitely a fat Treads. Was it also a bad roll? No. Looks like for a max HP Treads, that was a pretty typical, slightly lower end roll. So not really anything to complain about there. I think we keep Petrarunt around to deal with the opposing Zama. We can go into our own Zama here pretty safely. Okay. What do you actually do about this, though? Because, like, our Zama's Roar, so we're kind of in... We have the upper hand here. Easiest crunch of my life. If you want to Terra at this stage, you lose to Rillaboom. Okay, fair enough. Honestly, that was a good sign noise. We can, I believe, Body Press here and get the kill. Yes, we can. Great. So something's going to eat a Body Press here. Nothing's going to like it. Treads is the sack. Valid. Fair call. The membership barons are supporting the chatting class. That's funny. We crunch again. We'll probably... I mean, it's got to be max defense based on that last calc, but this still puts the odds well in our favor to kill. Unless you Terra Water, which, as I said, though, yeah, we're going to now do the Rillaboom thing. I think Zama dies. There's a chance. We'll go for it anyway. There's really no reason not to. Yep. Yeah, this game was rough, honestly. Once the Kyurem, like, it didn't actually end up doing anything, but it was just putting on so much pressure. Gee, I mean, that's weird to go into that first, honestly. Could protect stall, but yeah, there was really no hope anyway. Good game. Solid win there. Rillaboom not getting burned was pretty clutch. Yeah, it seems like the Petrarunt there helped a lot against the Treads, which, you know, was... and the Zama. So I think the changing Slowking for Petrarunt seems like the move. Seems like the move. Yeah, Rillaboom is really good, guys. It's super good. It's super good. Like, I'm addicted to Rillaboom and Alomomola because they're incredibly useful building tools that make so many teams better. Greekier than thou. Welcome. Welcome to the sub group. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Okay, cool. This looks good. I really like the look of Garg here. Let's just start with that. Actually, oh, but Kyurem looks really good too. Let's lead with Garg. Garg killed my family, and Finchinator with Big Stall is trying to hide it. Ooh, that's a pretty nefarious plot. We're gonna click Salt Cure in a manner that shocks you know, the entire world. I'm sure we're going with the Salt Cure. We'll protect here, and then we'll go into Petrarant. Yeah, that's fine. We could Terra Ghost here. We could Terra Ghost here. I think I'd rather just Shadow Ball, take the damage, and get out. Okay, that's good. Yeah, because that's going to leave you pretty much dead. And we can now go into Treads and Rapid Spin, and then we have Hazard Control in the game. Petrarant doing exactly what it was supposed to do there. Beautiful. And, I mean, your Tusk is dead on entry. You don't have Defog on this Moltres. We're already burned. Let's click Knockoff. Let's get rid of those boots. I'm super happy with how that went. I do not mind that exchange one little bit. No siree. Okay. I think I remember this being Protean. So let's go Garg here. Okay, Surf. We probably just Terra Water Garg, if we're being like so real at this point, right? Let me Tect first. Okay, yeah. Well, that's like has to be Specs, or no, it's not. If it clicks Grass Knot on me, is it going to kill? No, because it's not Life Orb. I think if you had Grass, you would have gone for it there. So let's Terra Water and let's Salt Cure here. Okay, Great Tusk comes in and dies on entry. I don't think our opponent fully... Okay, well, maybe they did know what they were getting into. Let's Protect again. Thunderbolt. I'm pretty sure this is a Spec zone. So, yeah, I'll just do this. Sure, dude. Zama seems good here. Cool. CC makes sense. Let's Roar, see if we can catch the... Okay. Okay, we did get the Moltres there, so that's good. That's good luck. That's exactly what we want to do, is Roar and drag in the Moltres. And then we can just go into Garg and keep doing the Salt Cure thing, which now is totally uncontested. We have so many, like, horribly, like, just unfair ways of winning with this team. I love it, dude. Okay, Zamazenta, how much did that Scizor close combat do? So this is not a banded Scizor. So let's Salt Cure right off the bat, yeah, because this thing is probably... I was thinking there's a real shot it clicks SD. Let's Protect again. And something's got to eat a knockoff. What's it going to be? Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it? I think the least useful Pokemon at this stage is Zama, honestly. So we'll let that eat a knockoff. It also won't take that much damage, but I think our opponent is going to quit after that. I don't think they want to keep playing. Yeah, super dominant game. We just have so many Pokemon on this team that are like just like absolute monsters. Really enjoy your streams, Pinka. Hope you keep up with it. Vibe is so chill. Glad you enjoy it. So when are you doing a Mega Chomp stream though? It's coming. It's coming soon. I think probably next Thursday, or like the coming Thursday. I think will be the Mega Garchomp stream. The Pinkers. I know I don't have a name for the subs. Okay, yeah, that was a total wash of a game. Okay, let's see. Interesting. Hyper Offense. We have so many tools against Hyper Offense that we should be fine here, but we've got to, of course, you know, be cautious, not get cocky. I think I like leading with Kyurem, honestly, though, because, yeah, if it's a Glamour... Okay, interesting. It's a Treads. Let's just Earth Power. Okay, we got knocked. Fine. Not really too big of a deal in a matchup like this. And let's just Earth Power again. Yeah, they get up rocks, a little bit of damage, but they die. Not too bad. There's also no ghost type, so I'm not as worried about rocks. We can remove them pretty much at any time. DOS to come in here is kind of interesting. Let's just freeze dry. Not really sure. Okay, we see. Dude, why is everything, literally everything is Focus Blast today, and they are not missing? It's so annoying. Like, are you going to be Terra fighting Focus Blast? Or, like, can I go... Let's just go into Rillaboom and hit this thing with a Glide. Okay, we unfortunately get the terrible roll, and we don't kill, which is really, really bad. But we still should be in an okay spot here. I think I like just going Treads here. Okay, well, that didn't go so well. Hydro Steam is likely not to kill, though. I guess we should have gone Garg. I probably should have seen this coming. Garg cannot take this, can it? Yo, low-key Garg actually can. That's crazy. Let's go for the spin and hope we... Oh, we outspeed. Of course we outspeed. What am I thinking? All right. Well, let's go into Garg now and Salt Cure. We absolutely Terra Water, of course. I think we still can win this. Despite this going pretty rough, we totally can win this. We're gonna Salt Cure again. Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse has no chance of like doing any shenanigans though, so like we're gonna be fine. Is the short version of this. Do we want to get up rocks, or does that not matter? Okay, totally useless agility. Happy to see my opponent like just wasting their move slots like that. That's good to see. We'll click recover here. Okay, they're doing a good job of preserving their PP now. But I think we still get through this with enough recovers. Yeah, they're playing this smarter. Okay, unfortunate critical hit. That's going to set us back a little bit. Yeah, this is going to be tight. Okay, let's go for the Salt Cure here. Okay, good. That was not a bad roll. Let's recover. Okay. Let's recover again. Okay, went all right. Let's protect. Probably there's not a world in which we stall out Dragon Pulses here, but like just in case. Yeah, we do have to recover here. Okay, they use Dragon Pulse again, so maybe there actually is a world where we stall this out. Yeah, because Hydro Steam is doing how much? About 20. And Dragon Pulse damage. I think we do. Okay, we caught the last Dragon Pulse, which is cool. So I'm going to tech here, and then we're actually going to get up rocks, and then we'll kill this thing. Go for one more tech, and then we'll finish it off. Salt Cure time. Okay, I think we played this pretty optimally. I'm thinking it's going to be Meteor Beam Garg. Glamora, excuse me. So we'll have to try to hopefully protect on the turn where it Meteor Beams. Hopefully it doesn't Agility then Meteor Beam. That would be pretty devastating, but I'm just going to kind of hope it doesn't do that. Yeah, it's a shame we got the bad roll. Okay, I think we just got red, probably is what just happened. I'm expecting... Oh, no, they didn't Meteor Beam. Interesting. Let's see. Hopefully we don't get red carded into Zamazenta. That's worst case scenario here. Okay, good. That didn't happen. Okay, I don't know what our opponent's doing. It looks like they're like super tossing this game, which I'm thrilled to see. Let's go Petrarent here. And just Shadow Ball, I think looks good. Or let's Shadow Ball here. Hopefully we don't get like a critical hit or defense drop. Okay, I'll recover now. Okay, let's recover again. Let's Malignant Chain, just take this thing out right away. Okay, good timing with the defense drop. Okay, Parting Shot immediately into Zama, and then we Roar. Has got to be the play. Yeah. Q. Okay, in that case, if you're not going to set up, I think we just click Body Press then. Okay. I mean, let's see what you got. Encore Roost is not much of a thing. It's not much of a thing. I think probably any D-Knight set that wants to come out here, we probably have a way of dealing with that. We have to respond quickly, though. If it's like Terra Blast, should have been patient. I think you were perfectly patient. I just don't... Yeah, no, you made some weird plays toward the end, I'll be honest. You made some really weird plays toward the end. But as I said, I don't think my position was ever as bad as it looked to the untrained eye. Oh yeah, guys, all the people that just got gifted memberships, you can now use emojis, custom emojis designed by Dr. Bognor. DD Encore Terra Ground. Yeah, DD Encore Terra Ground I don't think would have saved you. Because Zama is being healthy. But yeah. I think the only set that made us lose there was like if we didn't go into Petron, if we like didn't get a Malignant Chain Poison, and then it was Terra Flying, DD Roost Encore Terra Blast. So there was really not much of a world where we lost there. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break while we search. All right. Ooh, okay. We got I think that's like about a $10. Thank you for the 1,000 yen donation from a bunch of symbols I cannot pronounce, but I know we spoke on Discord. Thank you, Pinker, for that BTW. I changed the pawn to plot Tornadus T. Understandable. Little worried about speed control in that case, but you know, let me know how that goes. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Clefable is pretty good against me, but I don't think it's going to dominate. I think we have answers for Clefable and all the sets it could be. Kyurem is looking absolutely brilliant here, so I really like the look of that. I think I just want to start with Garg, though, so we don't get Dark Ride right away. And, okay, and there's no spin blocker, which is super whack. Let's go for Assault Cure right off the bat, and then we'll get up our rocks. This is why you get a bucket, Pinka? Oh my gosh. You guys are anyone who brings a bucket for, you know, their for that when streaming is more determined than I. We'll put it that way. Let's salt. Okay, SD, good to know. That's a threat. That's a threat. Let's get Inzama. Okay, unfortunately the knockoff comes off right away. I was hoping it wouldn't be that, but you know, it makes sense. Let's ID again. This thing, should we just go for it here? Let's just do it. Because if you're, yeah. Okay, no, it is unaware. Oh, and we get critical hit. That is not good news, guys. That is not good news. Fortunately, gives us a good opening with Rillaboom, but that was pretty unfortunate to get critical hit by that Moonblast. Keeping us like a sack, especially the fact that it was a sack that outsped Darkrai, keeping that alive would have been a game changer, really. Okay, Clefable goes down, but yeah, that Zamazenta dying to that critical hit, not good. Not good at all. Okay, no, I know you're kidding. I very much hope no one's serious about the bucket. We can just rapid spin here. Cool, your boots. So, ooh, do we want to knock or do we want to get in Kyurem? That is the question of the ages, isn't it? I don't think knocking this thing really matters. Let's go Kyurem and just not get like body press paralyzed or something. The gamer chum bucket. Oh my gosh. So we can actually protect here is the great thing. And because it's Draco, we can easily PP stall this. Oh, never mind. That's not specs. That's crazy it did that much to an AV set with not being specs. Oh, beautiful. We get really good luck on the draw there. Bringing out Rillaboom is best case scenario. We just click Woodhammer here. Yeah, and that's going to be... We will outspeed you. There's no way you're Timid Max. That Woodhammer damage... Well, I guess we can be a little bit careful. Okay, that did... Thunderclap did a lot more than I thought. Did we die to recoil? Oh, we do not. Rillaboom. Yes, you legend. Garganackle here. Garganomics always. Tinglu comes in. Should just be Kyurem here. And let's just click Freeze Dry. Really no good switch into that at this point. Okay, totally works for me. I think Kyurem switch again looks good because I expect All Out will come in here. Okay, good play, good play. We can Freeze Dry. Okay. Going for the Darkrai, interesting. This is tricky here. I think we're in a good spot, but we can't be throwing. I think Petron's kind of useless. So I want to go into that. Can Treads live a Focus Blast here? Is a good question. Because I know it's going to be Focus Blast, because that's just the way today's been going. Cannot. Okay. So I think we sack Petron, and then we go into Garg. And we know, actually, it's huge that we know Treads can come in pretty safely on Gliscor. That's a huge, huge bit of knowledge to have, because it does not have Earthquake. That's great. I think we go hard Treads here. Okay, beautiful. We can Rapid Spin, which is incredible here. The Wish on Lou is obviously not good news, though. Do we knock here? Could be interesting. Let's knock. Let's knock. Okay, we do die. And I think I like just gliding here. If Tinglu wants to Terra here, then I think you lose to Kyurem. Yeah, they did not want to Terra. Makes sense. Makes sense. I'll go hard into Kyurem. I don't think it too much matters to be knocked at this stage. Okay, they didn't go for it, which is crazy. Terra Normal comes out. Makes sense. We do outspeed, though. That did not do nearly as much as I thought it would. I think we have to Terra Ground EP here. We shouldn't die. Yeah, I think we're cooked, as the kids say. There's maybe a world where we can take this with Rillaboom. Okay, I think they made a mistake there by not healing. By not protecting, excuse me. Can we go Garg first? think we can. I think we do. Tinglu EQ, how much is that doing to a Rillaboom? It's not kill. That's big. Yeah, I think we go Garg first, and we Salt Cure. Yep, makes sense. That's smart. That's the right play. Did quite a bit. Let's recover here. We always go Rilla. You can't kill this, so we always go Rilla here. Okay, and then we glide. Come on, Rillaboom. Do what you do. There's one. Don't get that double protect Gliscor. Okay, Darkrai Sat, cool. I think we go hard Garganackle on this. I think we should be good. I think we should be good. I think we can spam Salt Cure and then finish this off with a Glide, guaranteed. I think we're good, folks. I think we may just be good. This is a very speedy Gliscor, so we do need to click Glide. But yeah, you need even with that Grassy Terrain healing, you're going to need a lot of Protects to get past this one. You do get another one, but I think you're going to need a lot more than 2. I think you're going to need a lot more than 2. Triple Protect attempt does not get it. GG. Guys, Garg, shout out to Rillaboom. Can you like the stream for the Rilla? Rillaboom always doing what needs to be done at every turn. At every turn. Getting it done. Getting the job done. Rillaboom, ladies and gentlemen. What a legend. Yeah, the Terra Normal SD score definitely got a little bit scary there. Definitely got a little bit scary there. But yeah. Wow. Epic. Epic stuff. 6-1, 1900s. You'll love to see it. Gotta like the stream for Rilla. I mean, Kyurem put in the work there too, right? Like, it forced the Gliscor to Terra, which was... it didn't really do anything for us, I guess, did it? Vessel of Ruin, it is 0.75 times special attacks, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay, this looks like an interesting one. Garganomics go crazy here. I like the look of Kyurem. I think we lead with Kyurem because it's good Instalando. Okay, we can just Tect here, see what this Dragapult wants to do. Let's see. U-turn. 50% chance to kill with a Draco Meteor. We could also Terra Ground immediately and be that guy. Let's Freeze Dry. Okay, that U-turn damage indicates... Okay, let's check that Freeze Dry. Oh, this is like the fattest treads in the world. Okay, good to know. Yeah, that Freeze Dry did 20... So this is... Okay, so this has got some serious bulk to it. Like, this is an actual max Spadef treads. Yeah, that was a low roll. No, it wasn't a low roll, but this is a max Spadef treads. Okay, so let's check, like, knockoff. Is that going to break a substitute with 0 attack? It won't. So I'm actually down to click substitute and see if it's going to click earthquake. Ah, it clicked knockoff. I knew it. I knew it. Beautiful. Okay. I think they're so scared of this that they're willing to make this deal. I think they're willing to knock off my Kyurem in exchange for the death of their treads. Am I willing to take that deal? I think we have to. I think it puts us in kind of an awkward spot to not take that deal. As good as Kyurem looks, I think that's worthwhile. Yep. Okay. Did a nice little handshake there. So could Terra ground EP here and kill this thing? I'm inclined to do that. I don't think you ever Terra your King Gambit here. Okay, unfortunately, it is going to survive. That was, no, that wasn't an HP invested set, so that makes sense that it survived. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, that was a little hasty on my part in retrospect. Let's go treads on the hopeful sucker punch, good. And I think we just want to knock off here. Covers a lot, and honestly, even just knocking off the King Gambit would be pretty good. We get the Landorus, that's good, and we'll just go for an Ice Spinner. Damage on this is really nice. Hatterene comes in, okay, totally fine with that. I'm down to click knockoff on this. Yeah, Psychic Noise not doing much, and we knock off a Covert Cloak, which is obviously a great item to have removed, and now we can click that Salt Cure. And we do outspeed, which is huge as well. So I'm going to Salt Cure again. Yeah, because I knew we outsped. That's pretty big. I'm inclined to go. I think I like Rillaboom here. It doesn't do so well if the Lando U-turns, but in other scenarios, it's great. Awesome. So let's run some calcs on this Landorus. So we did 7 with Garganacl Salt Cure. We had -1 attack. Okay, interesting. So that's supposed to do more. So this is probably bulky Landorus. So meaning we can outspeed and Woodhammer here. Never mind. We should have glided. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. Was it like -2 attack? I don't know how that did so little then, if that was not a bulkier Landorus, but I guess not the end of the world. A nasty plot set here could be pretty devastating. To the point I think I want to stay in Woodhammer. Glad I did that. Yeah, because we'd be in serious trouble otherwise. I think this... Oh, we actually don't need to sack Kyurem. We probably still should, though. Because with King Gambit being this week, yeah, we sack Kyurem. Oh, very interesting. They don't want to take their free kill. All right, I'm so down for that. Let's just protect. Let's see what you want to lock yourself into. Draco is great because that opens up the door for Garg to come in after, or potentially Treads as well. Let's get to stall a good bit of that. I actually want to go into Treads here. Okay, I kind of wish we actually took damage there because I wanted to see if this was specs or not, because I might get wisped here if I stay in. But we can click knockoff. Okay, that did a lot. That is definitely specs fault. Critical hit's unfortunate, but at least we get a good bit of damage off. We're totally just going to get U-turned on here. That critical hit sucks, yeah, because being put into U-turn range like that is like really bad. That's really bad. I guess we want to just let go of, well, Treads really at this point, isn't it? Because it's dying on entry. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, well, rocks are up now. It happens. It happens. Nothing anyone can do about it. We go into Garg here. We click... Well, Focus Blast is definitely a possibility, though. Let's protect, because that'll with leftovers allow us to live a max invested Focus Blast. Or have a good chance to. And I think their switch here, if they have one, is probably going to be Hatterene. Okay, they go into a hard Gambit, which is crazy, because that's like your only hope at winning this game. But they said, okay, screw it, we send it. Good on you, that was a good play. I mean, like, well, let me phrase that. It worked. This is not good. Yeah, we're in serious trouble now. Let's crunch for the Hatterene. But yeah, they have that pain split that's making things so difficult. We can go into Garg here. We Salt Cure. Okay, they I don't know why they're so willing to throw out this King Gambit. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. It is like it is still at this stage really good. They should not be throwing it away. We're going to Salt Cure again for the cover the switch. They did not switch. Totally fine. Yeah, no clue why they're playing the way they are. That King Gambit was hugely important and really good to keep around for them. Petrant does live a lot of the hits it needs to. I think we do go Petrant here. And I think we do just Malignant Chain. Okay, if we get a poison... Okay, we don't get a poison, unfortunately. Would have been really, really nice. Is Zama... We definitely have to keep Zama around, unfortunately, so... I think this is going to be the end. And also, this thing does have to hit quite a few Bleak Winds, is the other factor to consider. It's got to be just Rillaboom here and click Glide. Yeah, this is the troublesome part. Yeah, if it hits all the Bleak Winds, there's really not much we can do. Oh, and it's Hatterine's going to live that, so we have to it has to miss like 2 now. Yeah. GG. I'm trying to think like what happened, what went so wrong here. I feel like Garg should have been leveraged better. No, what went wrong was Terra Ground on Kyurem to kill the King. If that killed King Gambit, I just like made a really hasty play thinking that would have guaranteed one-shot King Gambit. And if it did, it absolutely would have been a winning play. Because that would have been the last Steel type we could have... Yeah, it would have been good. But yeah, the misplay was just Terra Ground and Kyurem here. Hasty play. Should have just checked the calc and thought a little bit more. That King Gambit, even living on that health, is totally game-changing. So... Yeah, no, that Terra Ground was a huge mistake. If Garg, imagine Garg having Terra Water, like how different this game would have been, hugely. So that was a playing mistake. Team had a fine matchup there. I just made a really bad hasty play. I'm used to running the like the modest max attack Kyurem sets on here that can destroy a King Gambit, which I will say the speed has not been tremendous, but we kind of need it for Tusk. We'll keep it for now. Okay, interesting. This looks like such a Kyurem lead. Like I'm so down to lead with Kyurem against this. Can we live in Iraq when it hit through sub? Yes, we sometimes can. But yeah, that last game was just a playing mistake. I do like the look of this matchup. I think we're gonna win this one. Yeah, we also could have had like Terra Fire on Zama to get past. Yeah, Terra Grass on Rilla to get kills that we wouldn't have, you know, yeah. Terra Grounding that Kyurem was just a bad call. Let me sub up here to scout. Okay, I'll EP, like, sure. I'll sub again first. Crazy that they just did that. They're like, I know you can... Like, okay, I'm gonna click it now. Cool. Okay, I don't know what the thought process was there, but I'm happy to take that kill. Let's protect. Play rough. Will that kill? You're probably adamant. 30% chance to kill if you're adamant max. That's worth staying in. Okay, we don't die, and there you go. Okay, Kyurem is doing exactly as well as I thought it would this game. Absolutely taking lives. Yeah, this person just like totally forgot a Kyurem answer. Okay, this is really the only thing Zama's here for. So let's. Okay, like, yeah, I guess that sure. We'll body press. Let's just roar. Let's just make sure this doesn't end up getting a critical hit and messing us up. Sure, we'll crunch. Probably back into Kyurem, right? Freeze dry, that did about what we'd expect. We can freeze dry here, and then we can go Rillaboom if they kill us. They do just go for the kill. Rillaboom, I believe, does get the guaranteed kill with Glide here. Well, let's check that Kyurem. That Kyurem's Freeze Dry did how much? 43. So this is max HP and then some, but on the special side. So Rillaboom Glide should be still safe to kill here. Let's check that Kyurem. How much did that Zamazenta crunch do to Goldengo? Because we could potentially just Terra Grass through that. Zamazenta uninvested crunch. 0. Okay, so that indicates Goldengo has, and we did how much? We did, yeah, this Goldengo has absolutely 0 bulk. So we have a chance, but not a very good one, so let's not do that. Let's just go into Pecharunt, and we can Shadow Ball it. Yeah. Pecharunt is so good. Yeah, team rate videos are definitely still going to be happening. No worries there. We Parting Shot, safest thing to go into is Garg and Salt Cure. Yeah, we're just gonna keep clicking Salt Cure. Actually, or do we? Let's Protect here. I think they're gonna start attacking. Let's Recover now. We'll Protect again. And then we'll go into Treads. Okay, cool. If we actually go Garg here, because the only thing we have to not do here is not lose to this Tusk. It's the only mission, and they forfeit, which is totally valid. They had really no shot at that point. GG. Okay, we're facing... Have we faced this person before? I don't know. We faced a similar team for sure. What viable priority user do you think is the ugliest? It's a funny question. Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt is not a pretty guy. Okay. I like leading with Garg. That went well. Let's Salt Cure. Like the stream if you're enjoying. Probably this will be the last game. Let's make it a good one. Kyurem's looking amazing as usual. Who do you think is the weak link? There really isn't one. I guess Treads, but like we really need... No, Treads has honestly been pretty good. I don't know. I don't think there really is a weak link. Garg? No, Garg has been going crazy. Low Kicks is beautiful. I don't know what you're talking about. No Grass move Ogre. Okay, interesting. Good to know. Let's go immediately into Pecharunt. Have you used every OU Pokemon at least once? I'm sure I have. There's some I just kind of hate using. Yeah, yes, 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 yes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep, 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 yep. Yes, 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 yeah. Yeah, I've used them all. Probably the one I've used least is Tornadus, but I've used them all. Let's see, do we get hit by a Banded Crunch? No, we do not. Beautiful. Let's Parting Shot immediately. It's going to be... Okay, Iron Treads, interesting. I didn't think it would be that comes out. But that's fine. Let's go into Garg, and let's Salt Cure. Getting Treads chipped is really good here. Pinko, what's your opinion on T-Tar and OU? I mean, it's fine. I don't really have strong opinions about it. Like, it's not game-changing. It's, yeah. It struggles with status, not a super consistent special wall. Mostly outclassed by Garg. but it's not horrible. I'm worried this thing's gonna block. Let me protect to see. Okay, it's just gonna Iron Defense. That's fine. That's not a concern. Let's Salt Cure. Hopefully we don't get raw body pressed here. We do get raw body pressed here. Unfort. We can protect, then we can just go Petrarunt, Parting Shot into Rillaboom. Seems fine. We can honestly just go Treads and start firing off Shadow Balls. Seems not bad either. Or, excuse me, not Petrarunt. Or we can go, can we go Rillaboom? How much are we taking from that? It's not great. Let's Shadow Ball once. This is Glitch X City remix. It's like 2-hour Pokemon battle remix. I'll Parting Shot here, and then we'll go into the Boomer. We'll go for a nice little knockoff. They might call us out with a body press. So be it, if so. They did exactly that. Good on them. Let's go into Petrarunt here. Next time we'll go into Zama. Got gamed on there, unfortunately. Maybe should have gone into Zama here. Maybe I'm getting a little greedy. We could theoretically Woodhammer here and threaten to just kill this thing. Let's, you know what? You only live once. Okay, they go into, we don't get burned though. Never punished. That's good. Definitely going to be a U-turn here, I'm thinking. Let's go into Petrarunt. So we don't let our guard get any more weakened than it needs to. Yeah, hopefully, if we knocked the Moltres there, that would have been a huge win, but I didn't foresee that one. Let's Parting Shot. I don't see you staying in to risk a Malignant Chain. Oh, they totally might though. They sometimes just they really do be pulling stuff like that sometimes. Let's Parting Shot. Okay, good. And we hit this thing with an attack now, right? Didn't we? No, it was just Salt Cure, so we didn't really get any information. We could go into our own Treads, though. Ooh, I like that, because then we can threaten to knock their Molt, which is really cool. Let's High Horsepower. Actually, do we want to do that? Yeah, let's... but they might just go into Petrarunt is the thing. We have answers for that. Let's High Horsepower. Let's go for the damage on this, and if they go into Petrarunt, they go into Petrarunt. Huge damage. Beautiful. Based on that High Horsepower doing 69, this is a fatter Treads, so will not be able to kill us with Earthquake. Definitely couldn't anyway, actually. So let's just Rapid Spin here. Okay, beautiful. That's huge. Let's Knock Off. I'd really like to catch a Moltres here. That'd be awesome. Ooh, yes. Totally worth it. Totally worth the burn. Let's go Garg here. Zama comes in. I'll Tect here. I think this is banded. CC. It could just be HDB offensive too, but there's a good shot it's banded also. If we get up rocks now, we are, oh, totally okay with this scenario. Like, absolutely fine with me, bro. I get hazard control, you get like an ineffective Garganacl that I can just roar out with my Zama. Totally down. Deal. Let's go hard Zama now and just roar this thing out. Okay, not the best thing you want getting dragged out, but it's fine. We can go Garg here. That is boots confirmed. Good to know. So that makes our Terrifier Zama is looking really good if we can get that Garg chip down a little bit. We have a Petrant, so this is not a huge issue that the Ogrepon's probably going to be coming in here. Treads comes in. Okay, let's Salt Cure. I will totally eat an Earthquake for you to, like, basically die. Rocks hurt you a lot more than they hurt me. Do we want to Tact or do we want to Salt Cure again? Let's Tact. Yeah, okay. I figured they'd stay in there. Kind of, I think they're desperate, and I think they're going to start making desperate plays, so I'm glad I made the right call with that one. Their rocks are definitely not great for us. Like, don't get me wrong, that is a threat, because, you know, we don't have a good way of removing anything, but it's not, like, a huge deal. Like, we should be fine. We'll click Recover here. Just heal up. Crazy they haven't had to click Recover yet on their Garg. Truly a Garg moment. Oops. Yeah, we probably go hard Zama. It's probably the right play. Let's go back into Garg here. Okay, interesting. They just went for it. All right. Let's go Petrant. Throw off some Shadow Balls. Yeah, we can stall out quite a few Salt Cures with a good old Petrant. Oh, beautiful. Drop immediately. Sounds good. I don't know why they're... I mean, I do know why they're body pressing. It's totally fair, but we're not going to be got by that. Burning recovers like this is really weird. Really, really weird decision making. Really weird. I have plenty of recovers. Like, I'm not... Why are you doing this to yourself? Let's click Malignant Chain here. Maybe catch a switch. Or, you know, just deal good damage. Like, I don't know why you don't click Salt Cure here. Salt Cure's still good on switch-ins. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Burning recovers like crazy. And for what? And still click it. What are you doing, bro? How much clearer can I make it to you that I'm not switching out? Like, I have Recover. I can play this long game and stall out your recovers, and your Garg is like one of the few threats to my team, so it's a good deal for me. What's so hard to understand about this? Okay, we're gonna go for Malignant Chain because we've been getting really lucky with the Spidef drops, I will say, but the opponent's also tossing this to there we go. Was it so hard? Was that so hard? Yeah, we'll go for a Shadow Ball here, and then we'll probably just, like, recover. Yeah, we'll recover here. Stay healthy. Okay, beautiful. Like, why are you burning your recovers, dude? Okay, I have no... They're like an 1822 player. I don't know, maybe they know the channel and they're, like, a little nervous. Because this is some bizarre playing we're seeing. Like, this is really weird. Well, let's go for Malignant Chain, because a switch here seems like they might finally be realizing that the situation's kind of dire. Nope, I guess not. And they've only clicked Salt Cure even once. This is so weird. We'll go for... Actually, well, yeah, I'll go for Malignant Chain here. Okay, and then we'll recover. They have no... Like, they just totally gave up this Garganackle for no reason. I mean, I guess there's no good switch to Petrarun, but like, why did you then click body press a million times? Okay, good switch to Pult, but I mean, I don't know how much that gets you at this stage. Weird. Anyway, let's go into Garg on this, sure. Okay, and they Hex. They don't even go for the aggressive U-turn. We just Salt Cure. Yeah, I don't know. This is some weird playing. I'm guessing they've got nerves. Like they're familiar with the channel and they know it's streaming time. That's my guess. Because you can, even when you're really good, if you're like nervous, you can just make some really whack plays and overthink stuff like crazy. Let's protect. Let's see, it's a CC, so we just go Petrarun here. Okay, there's the CC. And let's Parting Shot here. If the guard comes in, that gives us a good opportunity to get in our Kyurem. Or, yeah, do we go? Yeah, we probably do get in Kyurem here. Because we can sub up and then just Terra Ground on the Pult to live a hit, and then we can just kind of solo from there. Protect. Yeah, we'll Terra. If they Terra Dragon Draco, will that kill us actually? Let's check this. Let's check this. Dragon, Terra, Dragon. But we Terra. Small chance too. And they're just going to Hex. It's not even Infiltrator. Oh, buddy. And now Kyurem is not going to take like hardly anything from Rock's entry, so we can go Garg here. They didn't make another switch again. Okay, let's Salt Cure here. As always. At this stage in the game, you generally just want to like keep attacking, switch around as little as possible. What? Whoa! Garg is like useless. Why'd you go into your Ogerpon Wellspring? This is so whack. I don't know what my opponent's doing. Into Pult? Did you not foresee the Protect there? Okay, I have no idea what our opponents. This is like they're really throwing this one. I mean, now they're in a bad spot. So I don't think like even crazy good playing could realistically do anything for them at this point, but they're kind of speed running this 6-0. Yeah, we'll tact, we'll scout. No reason not to. Based on the way it's been playing, I'm pretty sure this is banded. Yeah. We'll Parting Shot. Okay, not the set I thought. All right, let's. Ooh, we can ID here. Okay, does it speed? Okay, we have a chance to like get critical hit here. They might not get 6-0'd. There's a way. They are faster, so that's something. Okay, going for the Ice Fang. That's a good play. I would expect maintain going for like random freezes with Ice Fang. That's good stuff. You should have started doing that a lot earlier. Yeah, this will die. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, actually, like there's a small chance you don't, which is crazy. But yeah, probably going to die here. Okay, dies. Do we get burned? We do not. That's pretty rough. That should be game. Yeah, I don't see a way this goes any other way but downhill. And there's nothing Ogerpon can do with its item lock. At this point, that is a guaranteed good game. Okay, well, down we go. Ogerpon going to Terra there, fair enough. Okay, ending at 1920, almost 100 elo higher than when we began. Going 8-2. Guys, that's the power of Kyurem. I don't know what to tell you. We just put we just put Garg, Rilla, Zamakir. Like we just put all the most annoying Pokemon in the tier on a team, and it did really well. So yeah, I think this team's pretty good. Honestly, I was really happy with its performance. I had Ice on here, so this thing can remove hazards on Sinistra. Given all the problems we had with Burn, maybe Fire is better. Treads does not get Temper Flare though, unfortunately. No. Maybe Terra Fire is better, just so you are a little bit better against like HDB Pult spin blocking. But yeah, generally Treads did a good job of removing. The AV was a little helpful little addition. The Zama was good. Rillaboom did really well. It broke. It broke when it needed to break. The Kyurem was good. I do think Greedy or Kyurem would be a little better on this team. From what we saw, I feel like a Modest. But then like you face a Speedy Pecharunt and it's just like becomes a nightmare. But I'd say give Modest max special attack Kyurem that's a little slower a try. But yeah, 8-2. Really solid, and honestly playing mistakes. I think, well, the first team was just because we had a Glow King. Once we switched to Pecharunt, we only had one loss, and that was just due to me like burning Terra on something dumb. So I think this team's really good, which makes sense because it has like the Rilla Kyurem core also worked, I think, exactly as we hoped it would. There weren't a ton of instances of Rilla like U-turning on stuff and Kyurem coming in and subbing up, but generally the pivoting with the parting shot and the subbing up was pretty brutal. Overall, this was a pretty brutal stream. Yeah, yeah, we have good tools for basically everything on this team. Probably the biggest thing that I'd say is like a threat is like King Gambit, but we honestly have pretty good tools, pretty solid tools for Gambit as well. Especially if we went with a more heavily special attack invested Kyurem. So yeah, I'll add this to the chat as always. I don't think we really need to do a Kyurem part 2. I feel like this team's really solid. I can't see improving on this a whole lot. I feel like this could probably get rank 1. It feels really solid. It feels super irritating, and I feel like it covers a lot of matchups well, and it's just generally a huge pain to deal with. Yeah, this Pokemon should have been banned, but they didn't ban it. So, you know, if you can't beat them, join them, right? Yeah, I guess Kyurem itself is a bit of a threat, but Zama, AV Tread, we're kind of okay against Kyurem ourselves. Actually, we're better against most. Yeah, this team seems really solid. I feel good about it. Thank you guys for joining and watching this build. It was a lot of fun. And we'll try to end this on time. And of course, as always, thank you Something or Other for that incredible generosity. Everyone's getting a ton of memberships. Great stuff. Kyurem has... Oh, does the Kyurem have even HP? I meant to make it... Okay. 56. Excuse me. Should be 4-0. Yeah. Didn't end up mattering a ton, but yeah, 405, that's what gets you living the seismic toss through sub. Good catch there, thank you. Okay. Yeah, we'll call it there. Ending this in 3, 2, 1.